Hi everybody, this is Chapters Book Club read along for Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, covering chapters 18 to 23. Basically, Anna and St Clair are now alone at the school for Thanksgiving. Anna couldn't go home with her because her parents said for a 4-day holiday it wasn't worth the airfare, which would have been quite expensive going from Paris to America for 4 days. I can understand that. St Clair can't go basically because his grades slipped when he found out about his mother's illness. So basically she's been told that he can't come home by his father, has basically said, until his grades improve and he acts on his responsibilities, which is really unfair when you think of what he's going through at the moment. But I think it shows what sort of a person his father is. Not very nice, really. So Anna is really excited with it being Thanksgiving, and she wakes up St Clair really early to go out and have a good day in Paris. He's the same as he has been the last few weeks, and he is completely depressed. Doesn't want to get out of bed, just wants to stay and sleep and basically have a miserable time and just mope. And Anna loses her patience at this point. She says he's got to get up. His mum's going to be disappointed in him. She will want him to do the best and be the best that he can be. So the fact that he is moping and isn't even going to try and up his grades, etc., so he can go home at Christmas is just a waste of time. And this actually does the job, and Etienne actually gets up and goes out for the weekend, which is fantastic. Chapter 19, St Clair and Anna visit the Pantheon, which is where the tombs of the famous and important people are in Paris. And St Clair's a bit embarrassed because he's afraid of heights and the tourists make fun of him because he takes so long to go up and down the stairs. But Anna sticks by him and she's like, don't be embarrassed, which is sweet. I really like that. It takes them a while to find a restaurant on the evening so that they can have a traditional lunch, Thanksgiving lunch, because in Europe Thanksgiving is not that big. Although in Britain they probably would. Here in Britain they would find it quite easy to find because turkey dinner is sort of always, you can go to any sort of pub or things like that and you'll be able to get some sort of turkey dinner. But in Paris, obviously that bit harder. And they actually have a bit of a heart-to-heart. Etienne opens up about his mum and is surprised when Anna actually has looked up the information herself, and she can comment on his mum been using moisturiser after a treatment so that she can't get burns and things like that, which was really sweet because none of his other friends had done that, and I think it really touched Etienne that Anna had taken the time to do it when even his girlfriend hadn't gone that far. They eventually go to a film before returning to school, and the next sort of half hour they have a crazy half hour, which I absolutely loved because Anna seems to be very sort of restrained and very prim and proper in some ways. She doesn't like to go a bit wild, and she likes things so and things like that. She likes things in order, but she has a bit of a wild half hour of jumping on the tables with St Clair, which obviously did him good because of him being so down lately, and Anna getting involved. I just thought it was lovely to see them both having that sort of camaraderie and just a bit of fun together, and I think it was something they both needed. And Anna returns to her room after that and is just getting ready to go to bed when there's a knock on her door. And it's Etienne, and he doesn't want to spend the night alone, which, because he's had such a good day, and it's the best day he's had since he found out about his mum having cancer. And it was lovely that she said, yes, you can come in and spend the night. She was a bit apprehensive at first, obviously, but, and I thought that was nice that they had that closeness. And that leads into 20, and St Clair talks about how he thinks Ellie, which is his girlfriend, wants him gone. She's tried to convince him to go abroad with his own money and see his mum, not listen to his dad, but just go there, and then his dad doesn't have a choice, he's already there. And Etienne's seeing this as her wanting to get rid of him, whereas Anna says actually it's probably she's trying to do something, just anything to get you out of the moping mood that you've been in, the sad mood, the depressed mood, and thinks that maybe by seeing his mum it'll help. and hopefully it would, I would think. But at the same time, his father doesn't seem the kind of person that I would want to annoy, and hopefully Eddie wouldn't want to annoy either. But the fact he's actually stayed is a good thing, I think, because he's getting to spend some quality time with Anna. So St Clair asks about Toph before going to bed, and they have a little conversation about that. Anna's debating whether it's just he's testing the water to see if Toph's still there, etc. And it's cold in the room, so St Clair goes under the covers with Anna. It's quite funny because he says, "Can I take off my belt?" And she says yes, and then he says, "Can I?" And she thinks he's going to say trousers, and she's like no. And I just thought it was really funny, the little that little bit between them, because it was quite light-hearted, and I liked that. And Anna, once Etienne's asleep, she spends half the night debating: does she love him? Is it lust? Does she want just friends? How will her other friends take it, and things like that? And it's quite she has quite a restless night in that sense. So the next day she wakes up late. I think they sleep in, and basically it hits her that she's spent the night with Etienne in her room and in her bed. Next it is chapter 21, and they spend another day together in Paris. They go to a bookstore, and Etienne and Anna look at the books, and Anna's amazed that most of them are in English. And she finds her dad's books and shows Etienne, but is really distressed when she realises that they're about cancer. So obviously with Etienne's mum, she's a bit sort of, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and she gets really, really upset, more upset, I think, than St Clair does, about the fact that her dad's writing about a subject that in just an entertainment value, while other people are living and suffering through the same sort of situation. And I think she finds that quite hard to deal with. So St Clair buys a book for Anna, a book of poems, which is for later in the year they're going to be studying, so he buys her that. And they talk about St Clair's childhood, where he loves his mum, you can tell he absolutely adores her, hates his dad, and spends a lot of time with his grandparents. And he also calls Anna beautiful. He makes a joke about how her dad has got the looks in the family, but then he says, "Oh, she's beautiful," which was lovely because it shows he does have feelings for her. They go out for dinner again, and Anna begins to hope that he'll once again spend the night with her. But when they get back to school, they see Nate, the chaperone, and Anna. He asks Anna and St Clair to remember that they're not allowed in rooms on their own, blah blah blah, and they're like, "Oh no, we won't spend any time with in the same room," which makes me think that maybe Nate realised that they were together the night before, but he also doesn't trust them, so he throws them a lot of condoms, which completely embarrasses Anna. She's almost mortified that he would think such a thing of her, which is quite funny because obviously that is what he's going to think if she spends the night in his room. And they basically go to bed in Anna's room again, and St Clair admits that it's the first time he's been sleeping well since his mum told him that she had cancer. And chapter 22, it's Sunday morning, and St Clair basically stops being carefree. He goes back to being grumpy and sad, and just a bit miserable, and bad to be with, really. It's not as fun to be with him as it has been. And they get back into the school spirit, everyone returns, the next few weeks go by absolutely really quickly. Anna gets into all of her university choices, but St Clair doesn't even tell people which ones he's applied for, if he's got into any, if he's even applied for any at all. So it's a bit of a mystery there on where he's going to spend the next year and the next years of his education. They go Christmas shopping together, and St Clair actually forgets to get his girlfriend Ellie a birthday present, which makes me think that that's relationships on its last legs, to be honest. If you've been going out with, I think it's either a year or 2 years they've been dating, and he's forgotten, that just really isn't a good sign. Good sign for Anna, not for Ellie. St Clair and Anna then start to argue. There's a rabbit display in one of the shop windows, and they start to argue about it. And it gets quite heated, and then out of the blue, St Clair's really annoyed that Anna hasn't opened the book of poems that he got her for class. which, as it's a school book, which Anna points out, it's a school book, she doesn't need to read it yet, why would she have opened it, blah blah blah. And for some reason that's really, really upsetting Etienne. So they realise at the same time as arguing that they're going to be actually on the same flight from San Francisco to San Francisco from Paris. So Anna and Etienne both agree to get the same taxi, which makes sense, to be honest. And that basically is where it leaves on the actual chapter 22. Chapter 23, Anna sleeps in, and I think this is really good because it breaks the argument and the tenseness between St. Clair and Anna, because he gets to take the mick out of Anna, who's always prepared and ready for everything. And then this one morning she has to be at the airport. She's not fully packed, she hasn't got out of bed, she's not ready, the taxi's waiting and he has to help her. I thought it was very funny when she had to get ready in the room and Etienne was all, I'm not looking, and then at the last minute realises there's a mirror directly in front of him. Now I'm sure he didn't look, I don't think he's that sort of guy that would do that, but it was quite funny all the same. When they go to the airport, they keep laughing and joking, and it continues right through to the gate, laughing at each other's passports, just joking around about Anna sleeping in, and Anna completely expects them to be getting on the plane together, but obviously their tickets don't match, so Etienne gets on first and she's sent back to wait, which upsets her because she'd wished she could spend the full flight together with him. But Etienne manages to fix that by pretending, once they're all seated, that Anna is his pregnant girlfriend who is ill with morning sickness, etc., and is likely to vomit over the passenger next to him. So he manages to get that lady's seat, and they spend the rest of the flight together and have a really good chat and just have great fun. And it leaves them at the airport just when they arrive in San Francisco, having just a great time, and I really, really like that. That was just fantastic how they got their friendship back on track, despite in the earlier chapter having a really big fight. So that's everything from chapters 18 to 23. Amanda will be doing 24 to, I'm not sure, tomorrow. So please check back for that. It will, I think there's only me after that, and then that's it over. We will also be doing our announcement for the winner of the book competition for the signed copies, which we will probably do in the next few days when we've worked out who's winning and all that sort of thing. So please keep checking back, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye!